प्रेम से समापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन विहारी लाल की जय. Let us all stand as you are about to begin with beautiful Aarti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. निषेधना तुमको द्यावता हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी. निषेधना तुमको द्यावता हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. 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 जय अम्बे. मांग सिंदूर विराजत को मृद मद को. ओ मांग सिंदूर विराजत को मृद मद को. उज्ज्वल से गौरैना सदवदने. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हो मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हरि कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे. ओ कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजे. रक्त पुष्प कलमाला रताहार साजे. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हो मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी. ओ ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी. आगमनी नम बतानी तुम शिव पतरानी. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हो मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. चौसठ युगनी गा आशा लीजिए सब लोग, let's all take our seats. On this beautiful night, as we've come together once more to join in devotion, prayer to that Supreme Goddess, Sri Goddess Lakshmi, as we take this divine opportunity to welcome each and everyone on behalf of the members of this wonderful Nav Durga Mandir, we say Swagatam, Namaskar and a cordial welcome to all. For tonight we've come to join in celebrations of Deepavali and Diwali, that festival that only comes once a year, where devotees look forward to in lighting up the diyas around our homes, the mandirs, the yagyashalas, our puja room, and seeking blessings of that Supreme Goddess, Sri Mahalakshmi Maya. At this time, friends, as we begin this divine night, we'd like to also specially welcome my brother, Bhaiji, Pandit Gopal. It's a blessing to have you with us, and your wonderful sister as well, Shakti. We say blessings to you. And to all those who've traveled from far and near to join and to be here on this auspicious night, while all the festivities have begun around the world for Deepavali, Diwali, it is definitely a moment and a blessed moment to be here, where we will begin the night with devotion and prayer. At this time, let us all sit upright, let us close our eyes, let us forget the entire world, as we begin our night with beautiful prayer and mantras. महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गारूपी न संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपी न संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वतीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्ते अस्तु महामाये श्रीपीते सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते श्रीलक्ष्मी माताय नमो नमः नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलसूरभयङ्करी सर्वपापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते श्रीलक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करे सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भोक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्रामूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। अद्यन्तरहिते देवे आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी योगे योग संभूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। स्थूल सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोधरे महापापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। पद्मासनास्थिते देवे परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी परमेश्वरी जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। श्वेतांबरधरे देवी नानालंकभूषिते जगत्स्थिते जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। ओम महालक्ष्मी अष्टकं स्तोत्रम् यपचेत् भक्तिमन्नरः सर्वसिद्धि अवाप्नोति महालक्ष्मी प्रसादतः। श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। श्री लक्ष्मी माता नमो नमः। As we begin this beautiful night, my friends, as it is said in the world that we live in today, every single day, the world brings problems, troubles, miseries, distress. When we speak of the goddess of light, we are saying, Maya, may you shine that light of Atmagyan, knowledge, wisdom, removing the darkness of ignorance, temptations, and negative situations around us and within us. And on this divine night, as we've come together to worship that divine Lord, we must begin our night with adorations for the Lord of Strength, where we worship Mahaviri Swami, where we worship Pavanaputra, where we worship Bajrangabali, Shri Hanuman Chalisa we sing. Shri Guru Charana Saro Jara Jara Nijamana Mukura Sudha Varna Raghuvara Vimana Jaso Jodaya Sukalacha Buddhihina Tanu Janike सुमिरा पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या दे हो मोहि हरहु कले जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत तुलस बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी सुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा पवन कुंडल कुंचित केश हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय आंधि मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन निज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता जय बजरंगबली salutations to Lord जीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर शिवर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई। दस बदन सहस बदन तुमरो रस गावे, रस गए श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सरकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद सारद सहजाई। जम्पु वेद दिगपाल चाहते, कवि कोविद कह सके कहाते, तुम पुकार सुग्रीव के राम मिलाय राजपद दे। जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता, जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता। ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। Glory to the Lord. तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जान। प्रभु मोदका मिल मुख माहि, जगत लांघि गए अचरज नाहि, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, तुमनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुलारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे, सब सुख है तुम्हारे चरना, तुम रक्षक हो डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपै, जिन्हों हाकते कापै, उनका पिसाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता, जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता। हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, सिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, अतुल निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, सबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, करो रघुपति के दास। जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता, जय जय हनुमान गोसाई महावीर बलवंता। हरि ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। Glory to बजरंगबली। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, धर्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंतकाल रघुबरपुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए। और देवता चित्त न डरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलदेव। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, उचित बार पात कर कोई, छुटहि बंदी महात Karana Mangalamoratiru Rama Lakshmana Sita Sahita Hriday Vasaho Suravu Pavan Sudha Hanuman ki Jai Bajrangbali ki. On this beautiful night, my friends, as we'd like to join in a wonderful message taken from Devi Bhagavatam, our message tonight also connects with our Divine Lord from Ram Manas, Maryada Purushottam, Bhagavan Shri Rama. As we're about to join in our message, it is said at one point in the universe, to those who know, to those who don't know, there are two most powerful and pious people in the world. According to our scriptures, there's a great sage by the name of Atri Rishi and his wonderful Dulahin, a mother, to many who would have come to them by the name of Anasuya Maya. Many of us would have heard the name Anasuya Maya from Ramayana. Atri Rishi, great Rishi in the woods of our scripture. And while we're about to join in that Kanhai, in that message, it is said today, these two individuals, as we say, made to be together. It is said they will always dedicate themselves together. They will always be dedicated to their Lord. They will worship Mahavishnu, Bhagwan Vishnu. And alongside Prabhu Vishnu, his divine consort, Sri Goddess Lakshmi Mata. It is said as a divine being, the great Rishi, Atari Rishi, he takes it upon himself to sit every single day and to worship that divine form of Prabhu Vishnu. And his Dulahin, Anasuya Maya, she will worship that supreme form of the Goddess, who is none other, my friends, than that divine and personified deity in the form of Sri Goddess Lakshmi. In this time of Diwali, as you say, Diwali ka Tyohar, 5 din, 5 days of Diwali will come. And for the 5 days, I'm sure everybody, by this time and at this point, we all know the 5 days of Diwali. Is just to recap for the younger ones, the 5 days of Diwali starts with 2 days before the Maha Day or the Grand Day, and 2 days after the Grand Day. And the first day is called what? Anybody? Come on, you're also supposed to know this. The first day of Diwali is called Dhan Teras. The first day of Diwali, so Diwali in Trinidad we are celebrating on Sunday. So on Friday it's called Dhan Teras. Dhan means wealth, prosperity, like dhan, like giving. But at the same time, it also means wares. It is a day where many women, they decide to go down in the markets and the bazaars and so on, and they buy wares for the kitchen. Kumar, sorry for you, boy. They go down to the markets and they buy new pots and new pan and everything for the kitchen. That's the day you buy new things. Dhanateras. It is said there was one god by the name of Dhanvantari. He was the one who took metal and he took iron and he took steel and he made everything for the gods. He made weapons on those days. It was an auspicious day according to the moon to make weapons. So those days, Dhanteras, he will then wait every year for that night when the moon is in the right direction and he will make weapons for the gods to fight their wars. In turn, because it was a night dealt with iron and metal and so on, is also a day to buy metal in all aspects as a gift for people. So it's a good day to buy things for the kitchen, pot, pan, wares, everything. It's also a good day to buy gold. If you see where I just see, Jai Narayan. Kumar? Normally everybody does the same thing. When the Baba Sival is a good time to buy gold, you do Hindus hit the husband. So listen carefully. Dhanteras. It's good to buy gold. It's good to buy jewelry, to bless it. That is the day. The Friday, that is the day to buy all your wealth, your gold, to buy things for the home, new things. It's a day to start new ventures as well. It's a very good day. The second day of the Diwali, as it is called, that day we call it Narak Chatur Dasi. We all know that's the day you light the diya. How you call it, Ade? How we say it? Some people say jam ke diya, some ke yam ke diya, meaning if they jump over the diya, what do you do? But it is called yam, as in Yamraj, yam ke diya. That's what Panditji? Pane Gopal? How do you call it? Jam ke diya or yam ke diya? Yum. So many people have different names, but on that day, it is said the god of death, He takes upon himself to travel to the home of many people. So on Saturday night, people go and they light that diya in front of their home. Some people say you have to go in the back of the house. You have to light the diya in front of your house. But when you light the diya in front of your house, there are two ways you can do it. And in different parts of India, they practice it differently. So two ways. Some people get the diya with the 4 wick on the 4 directions. Or some people get one, but when you light it, you turn the wick to the southern direction. Why? Because the god of death comes from the south. And when you light that diya that day, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, to the home that lights that diya, no untimely death, illness or sickness will come for the rest of the year. Or when we say the year, until next year Diwali. So to those who light that diya, you can light the diya with the 4 wick in the 4 directions to dispel any form of negativity from 4 directions. Or to those who want to dispel any form of untimely death, in front of the house, but facing south. It is not behind the house. And then we have the Mahadipavali day, that great and that grand day that is called Dipavali, where everybody light up. And there are many meanings to that night. It is the emergence of Goddess Lakshmi Mata, and it is also the return of Bhagwan Shri Ram from 14 years in exile. So it's a grand celebration on that Mahadi. That's why we light up in such a beautiful way with all the diyas, and we perform all these grand celebrations. And then the day after, that day is called what? The day after Diwali is called what? Govardhan Puja. On that day, just in a nutshell, that day, Lord Brahma is looking down on the earth, and he sees Lord Indra looking at the earth in Vrindavan. And when Lord Indra looks on the earth, he sees everybody on the earth. And he sees this little boy, or this little child, as we say, the blue boy. And he questions in his mind, that little child is God? That little child can be God? That is just a normal little child. He says, you know what, if people of Vrindavan think that is God, I will teach them a lesson. And as the Lord of the thunderbolt, he struck his thunderbolt to the earth, and he started to create rains upon rain. It is said for 7 days and 7 nights there was rain. And up until that Govardhan Puja day, everybody turned to Shri Krishna and they said to the Lord, Prabhu Kanhai, now that there's so much rain and floods, the animals are dying, our crops are being destroyed. How will we save ourselves? And the Lord Shri Krishna says, when he looked up into the sky, he says, this is a spiteful medium of Lord Indra. But don't worry, your Lord will come and he will save you. And on Govardhan Puja day, the Lord lifted the mountain, that Govardhan mountain. It is said when he lifted that mountain for 7 days more and 7 nights, he kept it on his hand, on his little finger, and he protected the world. Lord Indra didn't have a choice but to come down, to kneel down and beg for forgiveness. And then the final day of Diwali, that last day, it is called Bhai Dooj. Lord Yamraj and Yamuna Maya. To those who don't know, Yamuna Maya and Lord Yamraj, they are brothers and sisters. They are brother and sister. You know that? The Yamuna Nadi that flows. Yamuna ke tir ho. Yamuna ke tir. The same Yamuna Nadi and the god of that, they are brother and sister. And that day Lord Yamraj said to himself, you know what? I feel like visiting my sister. He just felt like visiting his sister. And when he pulled up by his sister's place, and he saw her, at that point, she looked at him and she was so happy. She ran out and she gave him something to eat and she gave him something to drink and she hugged him and she tied the bond. She tied the Rakhi and she says, return home, my brother, safely, wherever you may travel in the world. And that day was called Bhai Dooj. 5 days, it says, Diwali ka Tyohar, 5 din hai, 5 days of celebration. In our message tonight, as Anasuya, she speaks with Atridishi. Let us join in worship to the Divine Mother. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Jai Lakshmi Mata, Vishnu Pati Kamala Devi. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Jai Lakshmi Mata, Vishnu Pati Kamala Devi. Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Vishnu Pati Kamala Devi. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Jai Lakshmi Mata, Vishnu Pati Kamala Devi. Everybody bolo. Hari. On that day, it is said, Anasuya Maya, she sat down with her Lord, with Atari Rishi, and she says, Great One, you are my husband and you are the guru of my life. And today I will let you know that the love and the bond that we have grown towards one another is one that the world will never break, because we are husband and wife and we are devotees of that universal Lord. Together they will sit and pray. Together they will sit down and they will eat. Together they will do every single thing. When last did your husband sit down with you to do something? When last did your wife sit down with you to do something? When last did you sit together as a husband and wife on the table and say, you know what, let me eat together? You know, just recently I had a prayer for devotee, and people might think, you know, that is craziness, that long time. I was doing a prayer for one of my devotees recently, and they are married for 12 years now. And on the first day of marriage, when I was on that day of the ceremony, when I was about to do the Hardi night ceremony, I sat down. We did the entire part for the Dulaha. And when it was time to eat, I said to him, you know what, everybody, let me come and eat. And he stopped and he said, just give me a second. And he picked up his phone and he sent a message. And he said, love, I'm going to eat now. Are you ready? And I said, what are you doing there? He said, well, you know, since we met, from ever since till now, we always eat at the same time. We always pray at the same time. We always do things together because she is my best friend and I am her best friend. And it was so coincidentally, a few days ago, I was doing prayers for them. And after 12 years of marriage, after puja and jandi, and I sat down and I said, okay, let me eat. He said, hold on, now she coming now. Just give me 1 minute. And I said, you still practice it? He says, yes. She's still my best friend and I'm still her best friend. In our home, in our marriage, in our relationship, the bond must always be knitted together. And that is why we always do things to have the excitement and the love within that home and within the family in itself. Because life is about enjoying every moment with the people that you love the most. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Jai Lakshmi Mata, Vishnu Patni Kamala Devi. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Jai Lakshmi Mata, Vishnu Patni Kamala Devi. Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Kamala Devi, Vishnu Patni Kamala Devi, Vishnu Patni Kamala. It is said, my dear friends, when Anasuya Maya, she took it upon herself on that day, she decided that she will sit down and speak with her Lord. She says, Prabhu, you are everything to me and I am everything to you. In this way, the love of the home would always be together. Do you know that Mother Lakshmi has 8 forms and she's called Ashta Lakshmi? And one of the gifts of Mother Lakshmi today, I see falling apart. You know what I see falling apart? Everybody want money. Everybody want wealth. Yes, we need money to survive. Yes, we need wealth to survive. But some of the people, the older people always say your health is your wealth. How healthy are we in today's world? And at the same time, one of the forms of Ashta Lakshmi Mata, it says Lakshmi Maya is not just the goddess of money. Wealth is defined in many ways. Wealth is defined by having a roof over our head, having a home. I used to give the examples long ago when I used to do yajna. At the very beginning, when I'd now come from India, and I would tell people how people in India live today in little or nothing. Whatever they have, whatever little shelter they could get, whatever they find a spot under a tree, that's what they live in and that's how they become happy and comfortable. But they make what they have do and they enjoy life. Today's world, people have. And like we say, the more you have is the more you want. And you still never become happy and satisfied. You see that word contentment in life? Not everybody could reach that stage. Contentment comes in all aspects. Not many people are contented in their own homes. Not many people are contented in their own lives. Not many people are contented about what they have as a house or as a vehicle. Not many people are contented what they have or who they have as a spouse or as a child or as a parent. That word contentment is a broad word where many people don't have contentment in today's world. When you lack contentment, you're lacking Mother Lakshmi. When you pray to Mother Lakshmi for this time, it is not just to say, Maya, well, you know, every year I wait for this time, bring plenty money. I want plenty money, I want promotion, I want good job. It is not just the physical or materialistic aspect of it, but there is more. Wealth is having a roof over your head. Wealth is having food to eat. There are people suffering in the world and they don't have food. Every time we eat with the hands, remember how the Devis and the Devatas, Mother Lakshmi resides at the fingertips to eat that food or to pick up that food, to partake of it, because food is wealth in itself. It is said having people to laugh with, and that's the big one. Having people to laugh with is a form of wealth. Having people to be happy with is a form of wealth, because many people go back home and they buy themselves. Many parents or families come to a yajna and everybody come because everybody come in yajna. And when time to go back home, everybody reaches home and everybody goes back in their own room and their own corner, and nobody has anything to say with one another because they live in a home with everybody, but their lives are lonely. That means you are lacking Mother Lakshmi in your house. If you realize that you come home from your job and nobody sits to even laugh with you, something is wrong. You are lacking Mother Lakshmi. Lakshmi Maiya utare teri aarti, barsa do ma kripa. We say Kripa Maiya. We are praying and we're inviting you to bless us with the wealth, with the prosperity of our home and our lives. We're inviting Mother Lakshmi to remove the temptations of our heart. When we worship Mother Lakshmi tonight, I want you to pray and say a special prayer. You know what I've been doing recently? Every prayer I go to, long ago when people book me and I go for a puja, I sit down and I enjoy the prayer, and probably, you speak and you do mantras. Every time I sit in a prayer recently, a different consciousness hits me. Life is short. I start chanting my mantras. A reality of the world hits me. You see people's life and how people live in the world. Some are happy and some are not. And the question just keeps rolling in your mind. You are praying. I hope those who are praying while I'm performing the ritual, they're praying from their heart, because the world is a dangerous place now. Today, when you light your diya, yes, enjoy. But when you light that light, take a moment to still reflect on your home, on your family, and say, Lord, I'm praying when I light this diya to bring that light back into my life. As a child, many of us grew up laughing with one another and having a grand time. And today when we get big, many people have fallen apart. Bring back the togetherness, the humility, the warmth of your home, because that is Lakshmi Mata in your life. Lakshmi Mata is not just lighting the diya, it's creating the love in your home and in your family. That means Goddess Lakshmi Mata. उतारे तेरी आरती, बरसा दो माँ कृपा। सबको मैया दुखों से तू ही तारती, बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया अन्न देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। अन्न देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। दया से तेरी हम सब जीवन सबको तू संभाले। दया से तेरी हम जीवन तू सबको तू संभाले। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती, बरसा दो माँ कृपा। सबको मैया दुखों से तो है तारती, बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया It is said, my dear friends, on this beautiful night, while we worship the Supreme Goddess in the form of that Supreme Mother, it is said, Anasuya Maya, she sits down with her husband and she has a proper conversation. And at that point, The Guru says, I will go into the forest to perform my vrat and my fast, and I will return after some time. And she gives him something to eat, she gives him something to drink, and after Rishi, he goes into the depths of the forest. And Anasuya Maya alone, she's at home. And while she's at home, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva, they want to test her. They want to see her strength, and they want to see what blessing she has from the gods. So in turn, these three gods, the Tatraya, the Trinity, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, they've taken an incarnation and they come down to the earth now. And they're going to the home of Anasuya Maya in the form of Brahmanas, trying to trick the mother and to test her faith. God will come in your life every day and Bhagwan will test your faith. Are you ready for the test of the world? तेरी भक्ति गजारे मेरा निश्चिन करते वंदन तेरी भक्ति जगा दे दिल में निश्चिन करते वंदन तू है शक्ति परमेश्वर की काटो सबके वंदन तू है शक्ति परमेश्वर की काटो सबके वंदन लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा सबको मैया दुखों से तो ही तारते बरसा दो माँ कृपा लक्ष्मी मैया वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. It is said, my dear friends, today when Anasuya Maya stays home by herself, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva decides to come down in the form of Brahmanas and they go to her doorway and they knock on the door. And when they knock on her door, at that point, Anasuya Maya comes and she opens the door and she sees three Brahmanas and she says, how lucky am I today that out of nowhere in the woods, three Brahmanas have come to bless my home. So she puts her hands together and she pays her pranams. And when she pays her pranams, at that point the three Brahmanas are standing outside and they're saying, Hare Maya, we are traveling through the forest and we are hungry. What do you have to eat? So Anasuya Maya says, come inside, andar aayena. Have a seat, bhai. I will give you something to eat. And they said to her, we will not enter a home where the husband is not there. Out of respect, out of discipline, we will not enter this place because your husband is not at home. But she's wondering in her mind, he just left. He won't come back anytime soon. And they said to her, okay, well, never mind. You know what? We don't want anything. We will leave. You know, we always say when people come to your house, you always give them something to eat or drink or you treat them nice. If they leave unsatisfied, they can take the love, the barakat, the energy of your house and they can go with it. Because they are leaving unsatisfied. So in turn, she wanted to do something to satisfy them. And she walked back in and she thought for a second, but I don't know. How could I allow him to come back? I wonder if they'll wait for me to go and look for him and come back. So she waited for that moment. She came outside and she said to the three Brahmanas, great Maharishis, pranams. Can you wait for a moment? Let me go find my husband. And they said, no, never mind. You know what? Let it be. If it's anything, we will go and we will come back. And she didn't want them to leave because she knew that the moment that they will leave, she wouldn't have satisfied the energy that came to her home. So she begged and they refused to leave. And she said, but what kind of gods are these? Or what kind of people are these? And when she closed her eyes at that point to say, Prabhu, give me a sign and tell me what to do, praying to God, she saw the lords in front of her. She saw Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva in front of her. And she said, oh, Bhagwan feel like a trick me today? As a pious soul and a divine being and a praying person, in her mind, she closes her eyes and she starts to pray. And she says to the lords of the universe who may be tricking me today, if my love for you is pious and pure and divine, today I will place a shrap and a curse upon these three gods that have come to test my faith. And because knowing my husband is not home, they're willing to test me. Today, I will then take it upon myself to shrap them all. And at that point, when she's about to cast the shrap, she says, today I will shrap the three of you to become three little babies and you will not go anywhere because you won't be able to speak and you won't be able to walk. And as soon as she said that prayer in her mind, it is said the gods, Brahmadev and Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they didn't know how to help themselves, but they started to then shrink to become children. And while the three of them became three babies, she brought them inside and she smiled and she says, you know what, today, I've caught you. I've caught you all today because now you can't test me. I've tested you. Friends, while the three of them came in on that day, she sat down and she started feeding them. She started playing with them. She started doing everything that she could do to make them happy. And while she was doing that, Katha tells us that the gods of the skies, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, their wives will be becoming uneasy because the day was passing and their lords were not coming back. In turn, Katha tells us with this beautiful one. जलतल में तेरी माया, अंबर तेरी ही छाया, कण कण में तू, तृण तृण में तू, तूने सबके ललचाया, तूने सबके ललचाया, हे मुक्तिदायिनी, भुक्तिदायिनी, शक्तिदायिनी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता, हे सिद्धिदायिनी, रिद्धिदायिनी, बुद्धिदायिनी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता. Today, my friends, everybody, let's go. Bolo. ओ ये यदि कृपा तुम्हारी पा जाए स्वर्ग दिखाए, ओ ये यदि कृपा तुम्हारे पा जाए स्वर्ग दिखाए, मोक्ति धाम तो स्वर्ग धाम, तू जीवन के प्रतिहारे, तू जीवन के प्रतिहारे, परिमल विनाशनी, तब विनाशनी, अज विनाशनी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता. It is said, friends, at that point when the Devis of the skies, so the consort of Lord Brahma is who? Who's the consort of Lord Brahma? Yes, Saraswati Mata. Who's the consort of Lord Vishnu? Mahalakshmi. Who's the consort of Prabhu Shankar? Adshakti Devi Maya. It is said when all the Devis in the skies were waiting for their husband to come back, they knew that they left the skies. They realized that nobody was coming back. They started becoming worried. Now I wonder what is wrong with them. How come they left and they're coming back home? So the Devis decided to go down to the earth to see what was happening. And when they went down to the earth to see what was taking place, they saw Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva like three babies in the lap of Anasuya Maya. And they're asking what did they do to become these three babies. सिद्धिदायिनी, रिद्धिदायिनी, बुद्धिदायिनी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी माता, जय 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 लक्ष्मी. Gajananda Swami ki jai. It is said, friends, at that point when Anasuya Maya held these three babies in her hands, Saraswati Mata, Lakshmi Maya, and that divine Devi, Parvati Mata, they looked at these three babies and says, what did they do in their life at this time to become babies? You know what? We need to go beg for them. The three Devis went to beg Anasuya Maya. They knocked on the door, and when the door was open, she saw these three Devis and she paid her respects. But at that time, the Devis are begging, please release the bondage of our husband. Please release the bondage of Brahmadev. Mahavishnu and Prabhu Shankar. And Anasuya Maya says, I can't do that. They came to test me, I will have to keep them. And she begged and they begged together. And after they begged, it is at that point, Lakshmi Maya, she decides to come to the forefront. And she says, Anasuya Maya, what do you want in this world? Tell me, and I will bless you with it. What do you wish for us to do to help you? And when she prays, Lakshmi Mata listens to the cry of her mother. And Anasuya Maya says, all I wish is that the three of them at some point in my lifetime, I wish that the three of them can take birth from my womb and come into the world, because I wish to call them children of mine. And Lakshmi Maya, she looks at Anasuya Maya and she says, Devi, well listen, you will live for a very, very long time. And I'll give you my word. I'll give you my promise. A day will come in the age of Treta Yuga where I myself will also be called your daughter. And the Lord, Mahavishnu, he will come on the earth and he will be called your son. And we will sit at your feet and we will adore you as a mother. And in turn, you can tell the world there and then that we will be your children. And where was that, my friends? Remember this. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. जिस घरा तुम कर रही सवारे रहती करनी तल मन आरे श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. On that day, my friends, it is said, Lakshmi Mata, she promises Anasuya Maya that we will go down to the earth in the age of Treta Yuga. And my name will not be Lakshmi Maya, I will be called Sita Devi. And my Lord, Mahavishnu, he will take the avatar and he will become Bhagwan Sri Ram. And we will come into the forest one day and we will meet with you. Maya, I will come and I will sit with you and you will be able to call me your daughter there and then. To those who know Ramchatramanas, when Anasuya Maya welcomed Sita Devi Mata, on that day, she embraced her. She took her into her little quarters by herself. She sat down and she held on to the face of Sita Devi. And instead of saying Sita Ma, she says, Lakshmi Ma, yaha hai? Maya, have you come? Is it this time in which you have promised? Jai Lakshmi Kalyani Maya Jai Lakshmi Kalyani. Jai Lakshmi Kalyani. Sab aaye sharan tihari maiya, aaye sharan tihari maiya. De darshan maharani, de darshan maharani. Jai Lakshmi Kalyani Maiya, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani, Jai Lakshmi Kalyani. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. On that day, Goddess Lakshmi Mata Sita Devi revealed her beautiful self to Anasuya Maya. And Anasuya Maya says, today you fulfilled your promise and I will release you from the world and I will release Bhagwan Shri Ram. And she spoke to her. That is a different katha now, because what happens there, Anasuya Maya says, from this moment you've come to me as a daughter and you have a husband Shri Ram. If anybody ever hear that katha, one day we will do it. Anasuya Maya says, Sita Devi, while you're on the earth, I will teach you how to treat your husband. Am I getting it now? She says, Devi, you've come in the forest with your husband Shri Ram. Do you make sure he eats? Nowadays it's bread till you're dead. Do you make sure that he takes rest? Is he happy? Is he satisfied with life? Is he contented with you? And a whole katha unravels there. We should have her tonight. A whole katha unravels from that point where Anasuya Maya, as a mother, she speaks to her daughter, Goddess Lakshmi Mata. Shumapati Mahadeva ki! So this time, friends and bhaktas, this is where we're about to take the opportunity to carry on with a beautiful program for tonight. But before we do so, I have my wonderful Bhaiji Pandit Gopal. Let me invite you to give us a few words or a bhajan or anything. If you want to dance too, we have all this space here. So you give us a few words of blessing.
Sitaram, everyone. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. The greatest blessing, the greatest blessing. The greatest blessing, the greatest blessing. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. Yog after yog we have been calling. Birth after birth we were not listening. Shivaji said to Parvati, don't worry, that is the work of your karma. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. Prayer after prayer we should be rendering. Chant after chant we should be chanting. Flower after flower we should be offering. Lingam after lingam we should be cherishing. Shivaji said to Parvati, don't worry, Rama remember it. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing. Dream of the dream should be for moksha. Vision of the vision we should have more Shiva. Thought of the thought manifest in Satya. Shivaji said to Parvati, don't worry, powerful as Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaji and Parvati are waiting to give us the greatest blessing.
Special thanks, Bhaiji Gopal. At this time, my friends, in this time of Diwali, I had asked a question recently to many devotees in one of my satsang. When Bhagwan Sri Ram was leaving Ayodhya, which song was sung? Come on, Kumar. Pop your hand in, Lucy. Which one? No. I know Gunan say I can't give you a little $100, but I keep in my money. Chor chale, Yashoda Yoram. आज today हमारे माय Ram Ayodhya chor chale. He is gone. When Bhagwan Shri Ram was leaving Ayodhya, they sang chor chale. आज हमारे Ram Ayodhya chor chale. बनवासी बन राजा दुलारे सबसे नाता तोर चले मुका मोर चले आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोर चले आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोर चले. So that was when Bhagwan Shri Ram was leaving. After 14 years, when Bhagwan was coming back, now you get this one correct. Shri Rama Ayodhya mein aaye. He came back, he returned. How gaya 20 na Ram se mile, Ram se mile, Ram se mile, hey Ram se mile. Shri Rama Ayodhya mein aaye. Chalo re sake Ram se mile, chalo re sake Ram se mile. Shri Rama Ayodhya mein aaye. Chalo re sake Ram se mile, chalo re sake Ram se mile. Jai Shri Ram Lakshman Janaka Dulare. Ram Lakshman Janaka Dulare. Hanuman Sangha mein aaye, Hanuman Sangha mein aaye. Chalo re sake Ram se mile, chalo re sake Ram se mile. Ram se mile, he Ram se mile, Ram se mile, he Ram se mile. Shri Rama Ayodhya mein aaye. Chalo re sake Ram se mile. माता सुमित्रा आरती उतारे. माता सुमित्रा आरती उतारे, नयन नीर बहाई, नयन नीर बहाई। चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले। धूप दीप नैवेद्य चारते, धूप दीप ओ धूप दीप नैवेद्य चारते, उनको चरण पहकाए, उनको चरण पहकाए। चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले। तुलसीदास कर जोरा कहत है, तुलसीदास ओ तुलसीदास तोरा करत है, हरे नाम गुण गाए, हरे नाम गुण गाए। चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, राम से मिले, राम से मिले, राम से मिले, हे राम से मिले। श्री राम अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले, चलो रे सखी। पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरे सतगुरु, वस्तु अमोलिक, वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरे सतगुरु, कृपा कर पनायो। पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। जन्म जन्म की पूजी पाई, जन्म जन्म की, जन्म जन्म की पूजी पाई, जग में सभी करवायो। पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। As we take this opportunity tonight to worship the gods, worship the deities, there are many devotees who are outside at this time also lighting the light. We do have a beautiful night of a program to come just after the Aarti. But remember and reflect that while many people around the world will live in darkness, not physically, but mentally and emotionally, it is all about lighting that light of strength, lighting the light of good health, lighting that light of immortality when it comes to goodness in our heart and our mind. It is about lighting the light of Atmagyan, knowledge and wisdom with a divine character, a most beautiful and personified way of living and discipline. And remember today, tonight, when we join in worshipping Lakshmi Mata, allow her to change your life for the better in this world. पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन, राम रतन धन, राम रतन धन पायो। श्री वृंदावन में हरिलाल की। So before we go further into tonight's proceedings, let's stand for our final Aarti after our wonderful discourse, and then we will join with our night. तुम हो निश्चिन ध्यावत, तुमको निश्चिन ध्यावत, हरि विष्णु दाता। ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता, जय लक्ष्मी माता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता। तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत, तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत, हर विष्णु दाता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता। उमा रमा ब्रह्माणी तुम हो जग माता, मैया तुम हो जग माता। सूर्य चंद्रमा ध्यावत, सूर्य चंद्रमा ध्यावत, नारद ऋषि गाता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता। दुर्गा रूप निरंजनी सुख संपत्ति दाता, मैया सुख संपत्ति दाता। जो कोई तुमको ध्यावत, जो कोई तुमको ध्यावत, रिद्धि सिद्धि धन पाता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता। ओम श्री लक्ष्मी माताय नमः। मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी माता, मैया जय लक्ष्मी। And as we know, the night won't be divine unless we chant that beautiful one, Swaminatha. Gajananda Swami ki Swaminatha Sachidananda Jai Gurunatha Sachidananda Swaminatha Sachidananda Jai Gurunatha Sachidananda. Swaminatha Sachidananda Jai Gurunatha Sachidananda Swaminatha Sachidananda Jai Gurunatha Sachidananda. तेरे बच्चे स्वामी, हम सब है तेरे बच्चे स्वामी, तू है हमारा विधाता स्वामीनाथा, तू है हमारा विधाता स्वामीनाथा। भर कर सुमिरन तेरा, जीवन भर कर सुमिरन तेरा, गाड़ी गाड़ी पल पल नामल तेरा, गाड़ी गाड़ी पल पल नामल तेरा, वर दे ऐसा दाता स्वामीनाथा, वर दे ऐसा दाता स्वामीनाथा। राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे, राधे राधे गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे। स्वामीनाथा सच्चिदानंद, जय गुरुनाथा सच्चिदानंद, स्वामीनाथा सच्चिदानंद, जय गुरुनाथा सच्चिदानंद। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेवं, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेवम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। वृंदावन में हरिलाल की, उमापति महादेव की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, लक्ष्मी महामाता की जय। आसन लीजिए, let us all take our seats. While we take our seats, we do have a beautiful program tonight from this point onwards. So I'd like to invite one of my sisters, Dianji, to come to the front to give us a few words and to lead us into tonight's proceedings. Remember, on behalf of the entire Mandir, the Nav Durga Mandir, and all of us, while the days are approaching, we'd like to wish each and everyone a happy Deepavali and a happy Diwali. Remember to be safe and remember the true essence and the true meaning of this wonderful time, as we will pray to the gods, Goddess Lakshmi Mata, for that guidance. So this time I hand over to Diya now.
Jai Sitaram. Welcome one and all to the Nav Durga Mandir Annual Diwali Celebration 2023. Special thank you to Guruji Pandit Narad Gosain for a wonderful Diwali discourse, and to Pandit Gopal for rendering a beautiful bhajan. We acknowledge the esteemed presence of the Councillor from Muruga, Mr. Joseph Lawrence. The scintillating sounds of Tasa will now take center stage as we commence tonight's program. The South Stars Tasa group is no stranger to the Nav Durga Mandir. Let's welcome them with a resounding round of applause. Thank you so much for that vibrant performance, the Celestial Gandharvas, with your musical vibration as always.
Thank you so much to the South Stars Tasa group for that vibrant performance. We now invite Councillor Mr. Joseph Lawrence to give us a few words.
Sitaram. First of all, let me say, being in your presence actually gave me a good memory in terms of me being here the first time going forward. I want to acknowledge Pundit Gosai and also all the persons gathered here today. I would say, as we are about to celebrate Diwali, celebration of light over darkness, I think we need to reflect and see how we can make amends to what would have been done in the past, and also how we're able to create a better future. This is really a great opportunity where friends, family gather to celebrate our special occasion. And as we move forward, I believe that everybody have their own strengths, their own weaknesses. And there will always be that particular light in any individual. You will have your own strength, you will have your own weakness. But as you reflect on the reason behind Diwali, you must be able to see how you will be able to be the light in somebody else's life. And now reflect on this being one special occasion as we continue to celebrate as a people. As you may know, unity is strength. And as we come together to celebrate this occasion, you as well will reflect on how you could go forward. So on this auspicious occasion, I would say being in your presence says a lot. In addition to the number of functions, one after the next. But sometimes you'll be able to prioritize. Sometimes you'll be able to go beyond the call. Because I was telling somebody recently, it isn't as easy as it looks for some people who know the life of a politician. But once you have the faith and the understanding and the love for people, you will understand everything is possible. So as you celebrate this occasion, I wish you all the best. I will say Shubh Diwali 2023. And we look forward to continue partnering and working with each and everyone within this particular community going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence, for your words of wisdom. We would now have a beautiful dance by little Divani Jairam from the 411 Dance Theatre. Let's put our hands and welcome little Divani.
जो है अलबेला मद नैनों वाला, जिसकी दीवानी ब्रिज की हर वाला, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, किसना है। जो है अलबेला मद नैनों वाला, जिसकी दीवानी ब्रिज की हर वाला, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, वो किसना है, किसना है। प्यार में डूबी प्यार में खोही प्यार की धुन में जागी न सोही प्यार में डूबी प्यार में खोही प्यार की धुन में जागी न सोही दुनिया से है वो अनजानी सब कहते हैं प्रेम दीवानी किसना से मिलती है भूल के हर बंधन हो किसना की माला की जपती है वो जोगन
Thank you so much, Divani. Such a talented and adorable performer. We now invite Ariel Sunarine to impart a message on Diwali.
Sitaram, everyone. Tonight I will be enlightening you about the significance of Diwali. Diwali or Deepavali means in Sanskrit the festival of lights. It is a time when we celebrate the triumph of good over evil. Long ago, when Prabhu Ram returned to Ayodhya with Sita Devi, after 14 years of exile, the people of Ayodhya were overjoyed. In order to welcome them home, they lit hundreds of diyas, spreading warmth and happiness to everyone. The light of the diya signifies the removal of the darkness of ignorance within our minds. It helps us to find joy and inner peace. This Diwali, we celebrate the triumph of good over evil, knowledge over ignorance, and joy from within our hearts. May we pray to Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of light, so that the light may shine from within each and every one of us. Shubh Diwali.
Thank you so much, Ariel, for that enlightening message. Gracing the stage at this time is Mr. Shiva Lakan. We invite him to serenade us with some melodious bhajans. Let's give him a round of applause.